Sometimes the smartest person in the room is the one who seems like they don't get it. They ask simple questions. They don't rush to speak. They look like they're just tagging along. But then, out of nowhere, they make a move that flips the whole situation. That's the moment you realize they were never clueless. They were just watching. This is exactly how Sigma males operate. They often give off a strange energy, quiet, reserved, even a little detached. Some people think they're slow to react, behind the curve, or just not engaged. But that's a mistake. What looks like cluelessness is something very different. It's strategy. Sigma males don't move like alpha males. They don't fight for control, try to dominate the room, or rush into debates. Instead, they hang back. They listen. They study the people around them. They pick up on things that louder personalities miss. And all that silence, all that waiting, builds into one thing: insight. This calm, distant behavior often confuses people. In group situations, Sigma males don't always stand out. They don't interrupt. They don't try to prove anything. They just observe. That's why people assume they're out of place or not paying attention. But in truth, they're often the ones reading the entire situation from top to bottom. And when it's time to act, the Sigma usually surprises everyone. They already know what others missed. They already planned 5 steps ahead. That's how they outsmart others, by seeming like they're not even playing the game. In this video, we're going to break down 6 powerful reasons why Sigma males act clueless on purpose. These reasons aren't about weakness or confusion. They're about quiet control, deep awareness, and mental strength. This might change how you view certain people. Maybe there's someone in your life who seems distant, slow to speak, or hard to figure out. Before you write them off as unaware, ask yourself this: what are they actually watching? What do they already know? Because Sigma males don't just move differently, they think differently. And once you understand their style, you'll realize their so-called clueless moments were never a mistake. They were part of the plan. Let's dive into the 6 reasons why. Reason number 1: plays the fool to gather. Intel Sigma. Males are known for their ability to read people. They're not interested in gossip or showing off. They want to understand how people work. That means they often act like they don't know what's going on. Not because they're lost, but because they're collecting information. It's a classic play dumb to get smart move. This is one of the most underestimated parts of a Sigma's strategy. In group settings, when everyone is trying to be heard, the Sigma stays quiet. He might ask simple questions, nod along, or let others explain things he already understands. This isn't because he needs help. It's because people reveal more when they think someone isn't a threat. When others believe you're not sharp, they let their guard down. They talk more freely. They show their true thoughts. They stop trying to impress. That's when the Sigma male starts picking up the details. He watches how people react. He tracks body language. He notes who tries to control the room and who stays in the background. All of this becomes part of a mental map. This method of learning is extremely effective. While others waste time trying to lead or argue, the Sigma learns in silence. He collects facts, reads emotions, and starts to understand the real power structure in the room. And when the time comes to speak or act, he uses that knowledge to make smart moves. The act of playing the fool isn't about being dishonest. It's about knowing when to talk and when to listen. Sigma males understand that sometimes pretending not to know is more powerful than proving you do. That's how they stay one step ahead. Think of it like a chess game. If your opponent thinks you're not paying attention, they make risky moves. They assume you won't catch on. But the Sigma is watching every piece. He's planning moves while others are celebrating too early. And when he finally makes a move, it's precise, silent, and effective. This tactic also keeps pressure low. When people think you're clueless, they don't expect much. That gives the Sigma more space to operate. No one blocks him. No one tries to stop him. He moves under the radar, and that's exactly how he likes it. This kind of behavior can frustrate people. They think the Sigma is slow, distracted, or disconnected. But later, when they realize he understood everything and used it wisely, they're stunned. That's the power of gathering intel by playing the fool. Reason number 2 uses reverse psychology on control-seeking personalities. In any group, there are always people who want to control things. They want to lead the conversation, set the rules, and get the last word. These control seekers often rely on strong reactions from others. That's how they test their power. But Sigma males don't give them that satisfaction. Instead, they act neutral, passive, even a little clueless. And that breaks the cycle. When a Sigma male meets someone trying to dominate, he doesn't fight back. He doesn't push or argue. He steps back, lets them talk, and appears to go along. But this isn't submission, it's strategy. He's using reverse psychology. By not reacting, he makes the controller feel unsure. And that uncertainty shifts the balance of power. This tactic works because most dominant people depend on feedback. If someone challenges them, they feel the need to defend. If someone agrees too quickly, they start to question. The Sigma male lives in that middle space. He gives just enough to avoid conflict, but not enough to give up control. Sometimes he'll even let others believe they've won. He'll nod, agree, or step aside while quietly moving things in his own direction. This confuses those who try to manipulate. They thought they were leading, but they were being redirected. This energy is unsettling for controllers. They don't know what the Sigma is really thinking. They don't know if he's unaware or just uninterested. That mystery gives him power. While they try to force decisions or shape opinions, the Sigma stays silent. Then, when the moment is right, he makes a move they never saw coming. This tactic is especially useful in business or social politics. Sigma males don't try to win the room. They let others fight for that. Instead, they wait. They notice who wants power. They see who needs to be seen. And then they use that need against them. It's not about cruelty, it's about control. Sigma males don't want to dominate others. They want freedom. And the best way to keep that freedom is by letting others burn out trying to control a game the Sigma never agreed to play. By appearing clueless, they dodge conflict. By staying calm, they weaken aggressive energy. And by refusing to react, they flip the entire situation on its head. Reason number 3. Emotional detachment fuels calm logic. Sigma males are often mistaken for being cold or distant. They don't show much emotion. They don't react strongly. And they don't get swept up in drama. But this emotional detachment isn't weakness. It's a powerful tool, and one that helps them stay focused, logical, and quietly in control. In high-pressure situations, most people react emotionally. They get angry, defensive, or anxious. That emotion clouds their thinking. It pushes them into rushed decisions, bad judgments, or unnecessary conflict. But Sigma males avoid that pattern. They detach. They step outside the emotion and look at things from a calm, rational angle. That doesn't mean they don't feel anything. It means they don't let feelings drive their actions. They pause. They think. They analyze. And then they move with intention, not impulse. This gives off a strange energy. People expect emotional reactions, especially during arguments, surprises, or challenges. But the Sigma just stays quiet. He listens. He nods. Maybe he asks a short question. But he never gives away control. That calmness can shake others, especially those who feed on emotional power. It's in that stillness where the Sigma starts gaining ground. When everyone else is spiraling, he's planning. When others are reacting, he's calculating. While people are distracted by their own emotions, the Sigma is already seeing 2 or 3 steps ahead. Emotional detachment also protects him from manipulation. People who use guilt, anger, or flattery to influence others find no opening with a Sigma. He doesn't take the bait. He doesn't need praise. He doesn't fear disapproval. That independence makes him immune to emotional traps. Some mistake this for a lack of empathy. But that's not it. The Sigma can care, he just doesn't need to show it to everyone. His concern is expressed through actions, not reactions. He helps when it matters. He walks away when it doesn't. He keeps his emotions private so his mind can stay clear. This clarity gives him an edge. Whether he's in a business meeting, a family conflict, or just navigating daily life, he doesn't get shaken. And in a world where most people are reacting all day long, that kind of control is rare and powerful. So when the Sigma male seems clueless, what's really happening might be this: he's feeling less, so he can think more. He's not ignoring the problem, he's solving it while others are still talking about it. That emotional detachment isn't coldness. It's strategy. And it lets him stay ahead. Reason number 4. Keeps opponents underestimated. One of the smartest things a Sigma male does is let people underestimate him. He doesn't correct them. He doesn't try to impress them. He simply lets them believe he's not a threat. And while they relax, drop their guard, or ignore him, he prepares. This tactic works because most people judge quickly. They look for loud voices, bold actions, or confident posture. When someone stays quiet, moves slow, or asks basic questions, they assume he's not capable. That's the trap, and the Sigma sets it perfectly. By appearing harmless, the Sigma gains freedom. No one watches him too closely. No one blocks his ideas. No one sees him coming. While others compete for attention, he's planning his move. And when he finally acts, it's too late to stop him. This ability to be underestimated gives the Sigma major power in competitive spaces. In school, work, or even social groups, others fight to be on top. But the Sigma doesn't play that game. He acts like he's not playing at all. That makes people relax. And when people relax, they reveal more. They miss signs. They slip up. Meanwhile, the Sigma is studying. He's collecting facts. He's reading behavior. He's seeing who wants what, who's bluffing, and who's real. Every moment someone sees him as less than is a moment he learns something they didn't mean to show. Some people might call this manipulative. But it's not deception, it's discipline. The Sigma doesn't lie. He just doesn't speak up until it matters. That patience makes him look clueless. But really, he's just keeping his power hidden. This is especially effective with alpha personalities. Alphas are used to direct challenges. They're used to loud competition. But the Sigma offers none of that. He doesn't compete, he waits. And that throws the alpha off balance. Without a fight to win, the alpha starts to doubt. That doubt creates hesitation. And hesitation gives the Sigma the upper hand. Letting people underestimate you is a long game. It requires confidence. You can't need approval. You can't chase credit. You have to be okay with others not knowing what you're capable of. That's exactly what makes it powerful. Because when you finally reveal the truth, it hits harder. So when a Sigma male seems slow or confused, it might be this: he's letting you sleep on him. And once you do, he'll move past you while you're still looking the other way. Reason number 5. Observes group dynamics before acting. Sigma males don't walk into a room and start talking. They don't jump into group discussions or try to lead right away. Instead, they sit back. They watch. They take mental notes. And they let the group reveal itself. That's their strength. They observe group dynamics before making any move. To many people, this looks like indecision or even cluelessness. Why isn't he talking? Does he get what's going on? But that's the point. While others are trying to be noticed, the Sigma is gathering information. He's studying who speaks first, who interrupts, who listens, and who dominates. He's figuring out the real structure beneath the surface. This ability to read the room gives the Sigma a quiet advantage. He doesn't waste energy fighting for space. He waits for the right moment. Once he understands the flow, the power, and the personalities in the group, he picks his move. And when he does speak, it lands. People listen. Because it's not random, it's targeted. Most people act quickly in groups because they feel pressure. They want to be heard. They fear being overlooked. But the Sigma doesn't have that fear. He's not trying to prove anything. He's trying to understand everything. And that patience lets him operate with more precision. This also makes him flexible. Once he knows the group, he can adapt. He knows who's emotional. He knows who's logical. He knows who's insecure. And he adjusts his words, tone, and timing to fit. That kind of awareness is rare, and it makes him highly effective in all kinds of settings. In meetings, this means he might stay silent for a while. Then he'll speak, and the room will shift. In social groups, he might seem like an outsider. But he's actually the one holding the clearest picture of what's really going on. People often miss this skill because it doesn't look flashy. But that's what makes it weird. The Sigma male doesn't need to lead the group. He leads the conversation from within, quietly, and on his terms. So the next time someone seems distant in a group, don't assume they're lost. They might be the only one who actually understands what's happening. And when they act, they'll change the whole direction. That's how Sigma males outplay the room, by watching longer than anyone else. Reason number 6. Smarter moves come after patience. Sigma males don't rush. They don't make fast moves just to keep up. Instead, they wait. They observe. They plan. And when they finally act, it's smarter, sharper, and more effective than anything rushed out in a panic. That's what people miss. The appearance of being slow or clueless is often just patience, being used on purpose. In a world that rewards speed, this approach feels strange. People want quick answers, fast decisions, instant reactions. But Sigma males step out of that pressure. They don't feel the need to respond right away. They take time to weigh every angle. And when they do move, it's with full awareness of what's at stake. This habit of waiting makes people assume the Sigma is unsure. In meetings, they think he's zoning out. In conversations, they think he's lagging behind. But while everyone else is rushing to speak, the Sigma is calculating his best option. And most of the time, that patience pays off. The real reason this works is because smarter decisions take time. Sigma males don't care about being first. They care about being right. They'd rather speak once with impact than talk 10 times with nothing to say. That's not slow thinking. That's disciplined thinking. This also ties into long-term planning. Sigma males don't chase short-term wins. They play a longer game. While others are focused on the next move, The Sigma is thinking 5 moves ahead. And because he waits, he sees more. He gathers more pieces. His picture is clearer. That makes his decisions harder to predict and harder to stop. This energy can confuse people who expect immediate action. They assume the Sigma is behind. But by the time they realize he's not, he's already moved. He's already made the smarter choice. And it's already too late to respond. This kind of delayed strength also protects him. He doesn't jump into emotional fights. He doesn't fall for traps that look urgent but aren't. His patience acts as a filter. It separates real problems from distractions. And that saves energy for what really matters. In relationships, this means the Sigma doesn't overreact. If something feels off, he doesn't panic. He watches. He waits. He makes sure he understands before making a decision. That kind of control makes him hard to manipulate and hard to predict. In leadership, it means he doesn't push to be first. He lets others burn themselves out trying to win early. Then he steps in quietly when the moment is right. That's how smart timing becomes quiet dominance. So when someone calls a Sigma too slow or unfocused, they're probably missing the point. He's not moving late, he's moving last. Because that's when the smartest move is available. And in the end, that one move often matters more than everything that came before it. Sigma males often leave people confused. They don't speak up much. They seem detached. They act like they're not paying attention. But as we've seen, that's the point. What looks like cluelessness is usually control. It's part of a deeper strategy that most people miss. We've walked through 6 strong reasons why Sigma males act this way. They play the fool to gather information. They use reverse psychology to keep aggressive people off balance. They stay emotionally detached so they can think clearly. They let others underestimate them to move unnoticed. They study groups before stepping in. And they wait patiently, knowing their smartest move comes after everyone else has jumped too soon. This behavior challenges what we expect from confidence and intelligence. We're taught to speak up, take space, and prove ourselves. But Sigma males prove something different, that true intelligence doesn't always need to be loud. That power can come from patience, and that sometimes the quietest person in the room sees the most. The next time someone seems slow to act, ask yourself, are they really clueless? Or are they just playing a different game? Because Sigma males don't play to impress others. They play to win. And they're willing to let you think they're not even trying until it's already too late to catch up.